The Michtav Eliyahu.
Dessler.
Rabbi Dessler. So he studied Chassidus Chabad extensively. This was when he was in England. And there was a very great chassid back in the days, and that time his name was Rabbi Yitzchak Horowitz, better known as Rabbi Itcha de Masmed. He was a Lubavitcher chassid. He studied Chassidus and corresponded in Chassidus with Rabbi Dessler. And Rabbi Dessler, he studied the topic of Tzimtzum K'pshutei, Tzimtzum Shalei K'pshutei, and he felt that everyone really agrees on the topic. He felt that everyone really, there isn't really a machlokes. And Rebbe the Masmed himself, he wasn't well. He was well versed in the Alter Rebbe's opinion in the matter, but he wasn't well versed in all the Sfarim of all the Mukubalim and the Nefesh HaChaim, so he didn't really have what to answer. So Rav Dessler, there was a chassid who lived at that time in England. His name was Yerachmiel ben Yaminson. So he asked him his questions, and Yerachmiel ben Yaminson in 1939 he wrote his questions to the Rebbe. To our Rebbe. In other words, even though the Rebbe did not become a Rebbe until 1950, but in 1939, the Rebbe at that time he was in France, and those who knew, although the Rebbe was a very, very quiet, unassuming personality, that was always the Rebbe's hallmark before he became a Rebbe, completely hidden. But there were a few people who understood and respected the Rebbe's godless, the Rebbe's greatness in all areas of Torah, Nigla, Chassidus, Kabbalah. I mean, the Rebbe knew everything. So Rabbi Ben Yaminson, he wrote to the Rebbe the questions of Rav Dessler, and in the very first volume of the Rebbe's Igros Kodesh, of the Rebbe's letters, there's an answer from the Rebbe to Rabbi Ben Yaminson in response to the question of Rav Dessler, where the Rebbe boils down the opinions of, that there are four different opinions regarding Tzimtzum K'pshutei, Tzimtzum Shalei K'pshutei. It's a four-way machlokes. Again, if you get down to the details of it, and the Rebbe explains that yes, although Reb Chaim Volozhner agreed with Alter Rebbe on the primary principle of Tzimtzum Shalei K'pshutei, but there still remains a certain area of disagreement.